and Russo. The bench is Kirkham, Langstaff, Waldron, Fox and DS4 Simon Woods side. We are hoping it is a team that can put 3 points on the board. Tonight visitors under Jenny Swarbrick go with Donald, Carlin, Carrington, Jean Ford, Kershaw, Reeves, Donnelly, Walton, Ritchie and Dill. The substitutes are Wilding, Keating, Baxter, Bowater and Hamer. Bradley, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's our first game together for a while. It's our first home game as well for Leeds. We know this is the sort of structure in the league where the women's team have to go away for quite a few matches. We know the cup games can then get into the middle of things and make things a little tricky. But after a defeat, coming back to win at home with a perfect solution. And is that something you're expecting tonight?
Yeah, it's good to be back at Garforth. We want to make this our fortress this season. So as you mentioned, we've had 3 away matches on the trot. Disappointing result, as you mentioned, against Hull at the weekend with lots of goals, so great for the neutral. But I suppose that's the beauty of having a midweek fixture tonight is, you know, the girls have only had to dwell on that result for a couple of days and then back in again, hopefully to try and get the 3 points today.
Yeah, so tonight's visitors have only picked up 4 points from their 7 matches as captain Olivia Smart will just go through pre-match coin toss with referee Craig Salmons and as well as the opposition. So their win against Chester Street was a 5-4 success. Their only other positive result that came in the weeks before that, end of August time. So tough couple of results for them to try and bounce back from. And we were speaking beforehand, Brady, about what we expect from them, and you correctly identified this is a team that normally do quite well at home, so we'd like to put, touch wood and think we can get on a strong footing with a team that are low on confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think FC United will be happy with where they are in the league at the moment. They've obviously not travelled well this season. Like you say, the only points they've picked up so far have both been home games. So hopefully that'll play into our advantage. And, we always have a good crowd up at Garforth, so hopefully, the crowd will get the girls going tonight. Obviously Carrie Simpson's back in goal, which is a huge boost for the girls. She's a fantastic goalkeeper. Sky's done a fantastic job, by the way. So, but Carrie's been injured and she's come back in tonight. And then we've also got the introduction of Rachel Hindle, who's recently just come back from Middlesbrough. So I'm sure she'll be, really excited about starting her first match for Leeds United.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It is a bit of a change of the temperatures in the last couple of days, a bit more of a crisp night in Garforth as Jess Russo will prepare to get this match underway. Referee just checking things out. The match now underway. So Leeds are sitting 3rd in the table. A win can help them move level with the teams at the top. They have, though, played a game more, so of course that would go into their advantage as well, as Pizzarello will immediately launch an attack on the left hand side, only for that to be turned away quite quickly by FC United of Manchester, and a rather rushed clearance, and needed as well because there was space on the edge. This new setup 3-5-2 compared to last couple of seasons, the team just starting to use it, so things need to be ironed out, but the Doors Leeds have got plenty of space down the flanks. They've gone to use both flanks, either left or right. Pizzarello and Smart getting an early touch. An important rider for the defence and those 2 fullbacks to get in sync quite early.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you say, the formation has changed, and what it's allowed us for us to be more attacking. So we've created more chances, but at times it did leave us open a little bit on Sunday against Hull. But we conceded 4 goals, which is a defensive unit, and as a goalkeeper, you're not happy with that, especially when you've scored 3 goals. You think you're going to win the game. So hopefully we'll keep a clean sheet tonight. It's a good opportunity to do so, and it'll hopefully give the girls full of confidence going into Sunday then.
Visitors trying to escape down the left hand side, only for Olivia Smart to head it straight back towards them. Hindle with an early touch. Pizzarello hoping down the left hand side to pick out Assel, but she couldn't do so. She has, though, managed to win a throw.
Yeah, Pizzarello was fantastic on Sunday, by the way. She did get player of the match. She was up and down that left hand side and causing the Hull defence some real problems, so hopefully same again tonight.
Throwing still to be taken by Leeds. Hindle, for a second, was willing to take that. That's her old full-back days coming back into play there. She wanted to take the throw as a left centre-back tonight, being told to move back into position. Good first touch from Pizzarello. Now gets herself on the front foot, just trying to squeeze it through into that final third. Needed to be round the outside of the boot, and positives were, though, the fact that she just breezed past those midfielders and defenders quite quickly. Danby's trying to do the exact same, and tonight's visitors, I wouldn't say being rampant pressure, but Leeds are just slowly, Brady, starting to assert themselves. A couple of times they've won the quick fire throw-ins, winning the second ball, and very important that the midfield gets some early touches.
Yeah, you can see we're stringing some early passes together well, which is good, getting stuck in on the tackles. But yeah, so hopefully we'll use this possession wisely and get a few shots off, and let's test that goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper's done really well the last couple of games from what I can gather reading FC United's Twitter earlier. So yeah, hopefully we can test her early doors.
Yeah, work for Hindle to do now to get back and get goal side, and she does that. Second touch has been intercepted, so straight away now the visitors will get on the front foot, and well worked defensively though by Turner to cut that what could have been an attack out. Important play from the defenders to work in unison alongside each other. Hindle will now be tasked with trying to get the ball back, as will Pizzarello, and she comes off second best, putting her bod in the line, but it is at least only out for a throw. Another good crowd tonight in Garforth trying to support this team. High lofted throw. Hindle heads it the wrong way. Carrie Simpson alert to the danger and stops that becoming anything else. Brady could have, of course, gone out for a corner, but good experience goalkeeping backing up her centre-back. Hindle, Danby and Pizzarello combining. Danby just pokes it round the side door to left striker position for Assel, and now she gets it back and Leeds on the front foot. They've managed to recover it, visitors, with Carlin getting back the right back in the number 12 jersey. A mistimed clearance has helped Leeds' cause, but all a little bit disjointed for the visitors. They haven't really managed to get anything going, Bridie. I think the only real moments of joy they've had is if a Leeds touch is being poor or a deflected pass. They've actually created something themselves, but it is still only 5 minutes in.
It is. I think, there's just one player that I highlighted before the game, Shanice Reeves. So she's the number 8 that's currently playing in a midfield position. I think she's their top goal scorer this season so far, having scored 4 goals and set up 4 as well this season. So I think we just need to keep an eye on her. I mean, to say she's the top goal scorer and she's playing in a midfield position, she obviously likes to get forward. But she, I've played against her before. She's very physical, so we just need to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, forward. Russo in behind. Leeds United desperate to use her pace, which they're trying to do now. Russo looks across the defence, twists and turns, yet to find the space she wants to have a shot. She will lay it back inside. Smith with the one that goes for goal. She mishits it and spins behind. Disappointing effort that from Catherine Smith, somebody that does have that in her locker. Did she have time, Bradley, to take a touch?
I can understand why she hit that first time then, but yeah, Tom, she probably did have chance to take a touch, but I would have wanted to see Jess Russo just take that shot a little bit earlier with her left foot, because she has got a great left foot in her, but she cut inside on her right, and as you can see, she's not as confident, so she tried to turn back towards her left, and it just allowed the defenders to just get back in. But she's on fire this season, Jess Russo. Yeah,
Pizzarello will look forward, trying to pick out either of the strikers in Leeds colours tonight. Sadly, the pass intercepted, but it's no problems for the hosts. Simon Wood's team going all the way across the defence to Hindle, who will take her time. Smith trying to squeeze it through a gap. The width for Leeds, though, coming from the full-backs. Poor pass out wide looking for Smith. Pizzarello had already stepped back to cover the space that she'd vacated, so while it has been a positive start for Leeds, that wasn't perfect.
No, I was just about to say how calm and collected Rachel Hindle was with the previous couple of passes, and then she let me down then.
Pizzarello gets it back for Leeds. The two fullbacks flying forward. Smart was just trying to pop the ball inside. It looked like it was Dobson that was trying to get towards it. And it's a good job you were about to praise it, because I was about to say how Hindle had, after that first missed touch, had just settled down, took her time with things, Pizzarello is the one that has caught the eye the most, though. She's yet to be stopped by tonight's visitors when cutting in from the left flank.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be playing against Jess Russo and the pace of Pizzarello this evening.
Smith wide. Here is that pace. Pizzarello, even though she wasn't in the attack at first, has still got there. She will need some support, though. And he gets it from Smith. No free kick there. The contact wasn't too strong. Hindle rolls it to Danby. It is on her weaker right side, but still finds the pass to Smart. As a durable fullback, Olivia Smart played left for pretty much the majority of the last couple of seasons. Of course, has dipped into centre-back as well. She will be flexible enough to play both feet and work the angle. She's done so here as Leeds have carved them open. Assel's going for goal, deflected shot. Keeper gets her body behind it. The best move of the match. She's 8 minutes in, and sadly it hasn't brought a goal, but that was a rather good team move.
Really good play, yeah. 1 and 2 touch football, like you said, and then we managed to break them down. It was unlucky. It was a decent save from the goalkeeper, but yeah, that'll definitely give the girls confidence that we're in this match, and the 3 points are here for the taking.
So just bounced off the ball. Smith beaten in the air. Visiting team have yet to get this defence under pressure for a move of their own. They're pushing up now, but to no avail. Do have the throw that's worked in their favour, and it will be the likes of Smart on the right hand side of this Leeds defence to try and stop anything from deep. Long taken throw in.
Yeah, and I think just looking at the last couple of passes there, I think Jakeman just needs to make sure she stays disciplined in her position there, because she played a ball into Olivia Smart and then wanted to immediately get forward. And obviously with only playing 3 at the back, it's important to try and keep that 3 as tight as possible and as narrow as possible.
Hit away from Pizzarello. Leeds just taking a slight breather, waiting for the ball to be played back into play. Smith gets a touch. A much needed one as well. Simpson gets the ball back from Turner. Becca Donnelly on the right for FC United of Manchester Women is one player that's been heavily involved the last few minutes. Defensive, they've got work to do now. It's hooked away by Abby Carrington. That was the work of Katie Assel, breathing down her neck to put her under pressure. Great pressurising as Olivia Smart tries to keep that pressure up with a quickly taken throw. Now Smart gets it back, going for goal, far side, picking out the far corner with a beautiful finish. A tame celebration from Olivia Smart, but that goal deserves a smile at least. Fantastic composure, and the decision of Bridie to take the throw in early was all her own. Simple layoff and pick that one out, 1-0.
Absolutely fantastic finish, and I'm sure you've seen these games before. Olivia Smart rarely smiles even when she scores, but deep down she'll be absolutely buzzing with that finish. Top bins. I mean, you mentioned before she's right-footed, left-footed. She can play anywhere on the pitch. Such an important player for this team. And to be honest, the pressure initially started from Carrie Simpson's long kick. It forced them into an error and kicking it out for our throw-in. But yeah, really, really good finish, and yeah, fantastic start. 11 minutes in.
Yeah,
I want a few more though.
They've won the ball back. I'm not sure they'll all be like that, but if they would like them to be, that would be certainly good for me and you. As Pizzarello and Hindle try to keep things composed, they do so very well. At one point, Pizzarello looked the favourite to go and get that and then stepped away. Smith shows that grit and determination she brings to this team, gets out of trouble. And a swiping challenge down the back of the ankles there from Jakeman.
Yeah, she just needs to stay on her feet a little bit, Jakeman, and not get too tight in that respect, because we didn't need to give her away a free kick there. Similar thing happened a couple of times on Sunday. So it's just about standing up, your team back in position, and you don't want to be putting your team under pressure.
I was about to ask you, and you've answered it for me. Did she actually have to make a challenge?
No,
and your answer is no.
I don't think she did. I think she just needed to try and force the player. Either one way or the other, either inside because we've got some bodies there, or out wide because nobody can hurt us out there. but fortunately the delivery into the box was nicely picked up by Carrie Simpson.
Smart little clip of the heels. Referee looked to be ready to blow the whistle, but not given. Over the top, Jakeman has this covered, so does Simpson. That's 2 balls forward now from tonight's visitors, where the forwards have put the thumbs up to appreciate them. Yet to actually work. That was Ella Ritchie showing her happiness at the actual idea behind that pass, but thankfully for Leeds, nothing has stuck up top. Russo backing in. Hassel will try and flick it on, and she's done so. That's opened up opportunities for Leeds. Dobson tried to squeeze it in towards the penalty spot for Smart. Pizzarello looked to be lining up a shot, instead pops it up inside, but it's cleared away. Support play from Leeds is quite fluid. You've got the 2 strikers, which helps, but then you've got Olivia Smart and Pizzarello tucking in. They're almost like a front 4 when we've got the ball.
Yeah, and I think because of that, I think we're almost trying to walk it in a little bit. I think there's been a couple of opportunities where we could have pulled the trigger. I think, like any player, you want the ball to be perfect before you strike the ball, but we've not really tested the keeper, so let's have some shots. Let's see if she spills it, and let's follow it up.
Yeah, she had that earlier spill, Sophie Donald, but that was a deflected shot. Pizzarello will look to test her out here with a cross to a teammate, but while the cross comes in, it is only going to be blocked behind, but it is a corner. And again, we know what she brought to the party after stepping in this summer and getting hold of the game back and being a player that would add quality to the left side. She's done just that. Olivia Smart on the right has come across to take the corner. So if you're just joining us here on LUTV, the 1-0 scoreline is thanks to Olivia Smart's sensational finish. This corner's putting them under pressure. Side doesn't dip inside the goal, and Donald will get a chance to take a breather. So Salmon Woodside on top. But I think from the messages I'm getting from you, is that edge about it where dominating, go and get your second, don't try and walk it in a little bit, because we know what this league's about. You will get punished if you're not overlooking the team, but trying a few fancy things when you don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. You're never safe at 1-0, so we want to keep pressing them as much as we possibly can. That's why we play in this formation. It's to put them under pressure, because we know that they can concede goals.
Yeah, chance here. Bursting forward, Russo. Just that split second to have a look at the goal and pick her spot has given the defender an opportunity to close the angle. It's not often Jess Russo gets in behind and gets caught. Hassel's back heel. Smart's tap on to at least set the move up. And one thing I think has looked good tonight is the link-up play from the flanks, the quick fire passing. Hassel's dropping deep to then release what has been Olivia Smart. We'll get your thoughts on that in a second, Brady, once Danby's corner has been taken. Looping round underneath the 6-yard box and headed over. Not sure if Dobson turned away on that and was just unable to steer it underneath the crossbar, or if it was actually her touch, but she does seem to be coming in and maybe at the last second took her eye off the prize, and that's why it's gone up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we were the first to it. We've been guilty in the past of not attacking those headers, but she is very good in the air. She's got the height as well.
Yeah, this is a swarm of attacks now as Hassel goes to ground, nudging the back. Leeds will appeal. Referee said shoulder to shoulder. A misplaced clearance. Smith nips in, but then he's blocked. And now FC United and Manchester Women are on the front foot, but only for a moment, because Leeds have penned them back. But yeah, going back to that point, we had this, I said to you right at the start of the year, about this 4-3-3 formation, how it brings in what the strengths are of Leeds, the wingers, the pace, and then you've got a focal point of the attack. And it was always about the winger. The wingers were crucial. Tonight is a little bit different, but it is still the width. And it's been quite nice to watch, hasn't it? Dropping into Hassel or Russo, and then allowing the other one to play off each other. And I don't think the visitors have either expected it or managed to work a way around it and find a solution.
No, I don't think they possibly planned for this. I mean, we've only played this formation for the past couple of weeks, but this is without the likes of Abby Brown, who is obviously extremely dangerous on the wing. But this year we have got the beauty of having players that are quite versatile, to be honest, and can play in different positions. But yeah, we have been working on 1 and 2 touch and playing through the thirds, because playing that long ball doesn't work for us. We know we need to link up play and play through the channels, and it's what we're doing with Rick, and it's what we're doing with Simon now. But we're getting the results that we deserve now and playing the football. We want to put on a show for the fans. We don't want to win ugly all the time, but we will if we have to.
Yeah, Dobson releases Smart, who will get to the ball, but now can she get the cross in? She can't, but the touch at least has put them under pressure. Smart again shows that aggression that she's known for. Not happy she was pulled back, and frustrated she didn't get the opportunity to cross it early.
I wasn't sure if it was a pat on the back, well defended against me type thing.
You never know, do you, with Olivia Smart? But if I had to guess, it would be one of frustration of get off me, and I'm off back to defend.
I think I have to agree, but I was just trying to give benefit of the doubt.
Okay, Hassel gets to this cross, hits it first time. Russo's in the area, great first touch, even better finish. Clinical from Leeds United. They're 2-0 to the good now on home soil, and the strikers combining. What a first touch! And there is no doubting the second. Turn on a sixpence, thrash past the keeper, and that is fantastic.
Yeah, again, brilliant. We've just been talking about it. Pizzarello involved again. She seems to be involved in everything good that's happening. And Katie Astle, she's played a couple of games for the first team, but really intelligent play, just to play that ball early into Jess, and you mentioned it, first touch, turn and shoot. What every striker, wants to be doing, and she's just loving her football at the moment. She's scoring every week. The girls appreciate not just the goals but the work rate as well. She chases down every single ball, so she deserves all the credit that she's getting at the moment.
Yeah, impeccable first touch. It just to have the upper body strength to show the defender one way as well, to then hold off the pressure, and then before the keeper knew it, that was in the back of the net. As a coach's perspective, to see two strikers combining that, Brady, is such a joy to watch. And yet we're only 20 minutes in and they've done it all night so far. There's defending to do here though. Simpson, as she has done all night, has read the game impeccably well there and stopped what was the onrushing Chinese Reeves on the front foot as Hindle plays in Danby.
Yeah, I think Carrie Simpson will be hoping for a fairly quiet night this evening.
Towards Rousseau. Smith, just what she needed to do was hold up the plate, did everything right. She was looking for Asa, that hit Rousseau on the back of the ankles. It's a touch unfortunate that for Leeds. As Danby gets back, and there is Pizzarello. And Leeds, with this formation, are just finding so much joy. And do you think, Brady, the fact that it's still a midfield three, which is what we've been used to for so long, they've just a little bit more support now? If they're actually outnumbered, naturally there's two fullbacks alongside them.
Yeah, exactly, and you can see the fullbacks are always there as an option and support. We're lucky that the fullbacks, they want to get forward, but they also want to defend as well. And you've got to have energy for that position. It's not an easy position, but with the likes of Olivia Smart and Pizzarello, they've got the engine, to be up and down all day long. But obviously we've got the bench should we need them. But I think so far so good. I don't think Simon Wood will be looking at changing it anytime soon.
Yeah, it's a young bench tonight. Opportunity for some of the youngsters to soak up that first team experience. This midweek tie does allow that. A couple of more busier periods with the winter spell coming up, when naturally there's a break around Christmas time. As Leeds get possession with Jakeman towards Assel again, who, while the first touch might not have found a shirt, she did get back to try and help the cause. And again, I think hopeful balls forward is the best way to describe tonight's visitors in attack. There's not much thought. Simpson has given the ball away there though and given them a lifeline and a shooting opportunity, and she's managed to make an immediate amends with a fingertip save. Did she need it? There's a mistake here from Turner at the back. Another shot's coming in and Simpson standing her ground. And that's what we mentioned earlier. It's 1-0, it's 2-0. You can't allow yourselves any time to switch off. Carrie Simpson did just that, put her team in a hole. But credit where credit's due, the save has kept them at bay.
Yeah, I think we were let off then. Carrie Simpson will know that. She's a very experienced goalkeeper, but like you say, she made up for it with that save and just tipped it onto the post. But it just seemed to be a catalogue of errors. Then there were a couple of errors at the back which could have cost us, but it didn't, and we'll learn from it. But I think she should be playing safe now and going for that long ball.
I could tell by your body language then as a defender that made you a little bit uncomfortable.
It did.
You can't hide it. It's just a natural instinct to react. And
It's just the awareness, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, Carrie wanted to play it in front of Hindle, who, wasn't on the same page. And, they've not played together for a while. So, again, it takes time for people to gel together as a team.
It does. Dobson has picked out Smart, who's got space to manoeuvre into. Russo has got the speed to get in behind. Russo against the goalkeeper. Just there in the nick of time was Sophie Donald. Well-weighted pass from Olivia Smart.
Brilliant, yeah. Defence splitting pass.
And she's having a good night out there so far. Pizzarello isn't too far behind her. She's looking further inside there for Dobson. Leeds are just going to, in fact, allow Hindle to take the throw. And then in doing so, move players into position to help out. Smith was down the line trying to help out. And another clearance finder as Leeds will continue to work their way down this near sideline. It's the Bannister Prentice Stadium in Garforth, their new home for this season, of course. Russo appealing for, in fact, Dobson appealing for the throw. She gets it. Assel's now got some work to do. She goes to ground. It was a good tussle in defence with her and Shauna Sheen, but the latter came off better in that exchange. Jakeman threads it through, intercepted, but she will be there first to mop up. Smart gives her the call that she will take charge, and she does that. And movement from Woodside is good. They're just slotting into different positions, all moving away from their original spot, one step to the right. Sadly, the pass was out of sync, but again, shows a level of understanding, Bridie, communication. We said it often in the past with some of your teammates about, this is a part-time effort, players training. Once you're out of the team for a few weeks, it's difficult to get back in that groove. But, 25 minutes thereabouts in, 4 or 5 efforts on goal, 2 have gone in. I'm not sure Simon Wood could be disappointed in it. Maybe the Simpson incident a few minutes ago, but 2-0 to the good. It must be a near perfect start.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, we've got two players away this evening, Danielle Whittam and Laura Bartup, who obviously really important players for us, but people have come in. Katie Astel's come in and she had a really good start so far, and obviously the midfield three that you've mentioned a few times now, the communicating and the movement is really, really good. So those players coming back will have to work to earn the shirt back. It's healthy competition, it's good.
Yeah, biggest compliment to the squad as a whole that they haven't missed those 2 players tonight of this performance. Smith nips in. She is going to be quick enough to keep it alive as well. She's running out of wriggle room and tried to play an early pass to Smart. Got the execution wrong. Ball fired forward to Ritchie. Deflected pass will help Simpson get back on the ball. And as I say, 2-0 here on LUTV. Goals from Smart in the 11th minute, which we encourage you to watch a replay of. And I think some people would actually put the Russo goal on par because of the team move, the support play and the instinct finishing. Not sure how Olivia Smart would take that news with the way that she'd turned inside and gone for goal, but 2 very different finishes, both as clinical as each other. But for the last few minutes, Bridie, while the visitors haven't exactly pulled up any trees and put a number of balls into the box, they are just starting to make things a little scrappier in midfield. And I think that's the way of getting back into it, isn't it? If they can make Leeds make an error, it'll give them a confidence boost. But tactically, they're not trying to set the tempo themselves. So it would be a surprise to see them score in this first half unless they switch things up.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're going to need to at some point, especially if Leeds keep pressing for that 3rd and 4th goal. Touch wood, we will get those 3rd and 4th goals. But yeah, I think the only way they're going to score this evening, I don't think it's going to be through amazing play, if I'm being totally honest, and I don't think they're going to break us down. I think it will be, from our own mistakes, which unfortunately is often the case. But if we can keep the ball more in their half and limit the errors on our side, then obviously that's going to help.
Russo cuts it back. Jakeman flying forward. Centre back looking to prod it into a good area. She was just tackled at the last second. Referee doesn't bring it back. Smart under pressure. Deals with it very well. Looking strong and authoritative out there. Olivia Smart, the captain. It'll fall to Russo. Maybe thought about the shot. Rolls it left instead to Smith. Smith will think about the shot early and instead puts it past the far post. A shake of the head. Did she get caught in two minds there, Bridie? Did she see someone at the far post that she thought was a better option? That's the second time she's got a good opportunity to shoot. Hasn't got her shooting boots on just yet.
Knowing Catherine Smith, that was definitely a shot. And again, she found herself in a really good position. So don't blame her for shooting in that position. But similar to the other one, she definitely had time to take a touch there and just kind of place a shot a little bit. Just need a little bit more composure from her in that final third. But, she's scored some beautiful goals for us over the last few seasons, so she knows that she's capable of doing that. So, I don't blame her for having a shot, but just want to be a little bit more composed on the ball, because, it can be frustrating as being part of a team when you do a really good build-up play and then it's almost like a rush of blood to the head, isn't it? You see the goal, the ball starts coming towards you and you think, right, I'm going to score this worldy goal. But as I say, we've been very thankful for some of Catherine Smith's goals over the last few seasons.
Yeah, I think she was about to be spared by the offside flag in the background of that goal kick. The free kick was taken further out, but I totally agree with your points. If you make her, then if the confidence is away from shooting, it takes a big part of her game away. That freedom in midfield she's back on the ball now. Out to Smart, who showed it one way, then went the other. And not for the first time tonight. She beats the fullback on the opposite side without breaking much of a sweat. Frustration for Sophie Donald, who is continuing to ask for any help out there. It's been a tough night for her and her defence to keep Leeds at bay. As Danby just rolls it back to Hindle. And this back three once more will work across the defence. Turner was looking long. Smith slips. That's allowed Walton of the central midfield spot for FC United of Manchester to break forward. They've won a throw. Kiona Dill has it in her hands. Her and Carling deciding amongst themselves who should take it. It's flicked inside. Hindle misses it. Ritchie, the one that was targeted, and now Danby could just do what she does best. Take her time in midfield. Technically very gifted, and just kept Leeds ticking over. She's got it back now thanks to Rousseau's deflection. And into midfield for Dobson. Rolled to Jakeman. Smart had gone down the line. Jakeman had thought so that she'd stopped. She misses the challenge. Visitors pouncing on that immediately and in behind. Now Pizzarella's got to get back goal side. She goes to ground early. Simpson beaten at the near post. And there is the comeback. A counter-attacking goal, if ever you're going to see one. And real frustration. It came from the opposite flank, giving the ball away. And I'm pretty sure, of course, because of that, Pizzarello was well down the field. Kiona Dill got in behind. Pizzarello was committed. Once she panicked and missed, Simpson was then exposed. And Dill has just found what is the smallest possible gap, Bridie.
Yeah, really disappointed with that. And the team will be really disappointed that, when you look at the possession and the chances and, the way that we've played, we don't deserve to have conceded a goal there. But having said that, the pass from Jakeman was poor. It then got us in a little bit of hot water, and then Pizzarello wasn't goal side. And credit to the striker. She didn't give up and she used her body well, just to nudge Pizzarello off the ball, and she managed to find a gap under Carrie Simpson. Yeah,
Rousseau from Assel turning again, picking out the far corner. A whisker over the crossbar. It is those two again. Just the partnership is clicking, almost as if they've played together for years, and yet it's a very rare opportunity for them at this level to showcase what they can do. Rousseau already knows she's got the pace, so she was just trotting, just plodding, waiting, watching the line, and then aim for goal. Hassel, the way she is playing, it would be so hard to dislodge her from the team because she's just dropping in, asking for the ball, getting it, and every time making something happen. Because she's that type of striker, she isn't the speed merchant. Jess Rousseau is, and it is working a fine partnership as she gets in again. Pressure, sadly, not enough, but it will be enough on that occasion to help them win the throw. And that's a sort of commitment. And I guess if you are looking at this from an opposition perspective, with this formation, it is a way to maybe look at things. If Leeds give the ball away, because Pizzarello was so far forward, there is a gap in the channel.
Yeah, I think it was a good reaction.
It's a blip more than anything else, though.
Yeah, it was a good reaction from the Leeds girls. We've just conceded, and then, within 30 seconds, we've then had a really good chance of our own. like you say, the partnership between them two's up front for us is looking really good.
Dobson to Hassel, just went without the ball. Dobson slowly coming into this game with those runs from deep and then picking the pass. Good covering work from Jakeman, just dropping the shoulder, making sure there was no touch. 33 minutes gone. It is now 2-1, and we were speaking earlier about how Summer Wood would feel it's a near perfect 25 minutes. 7 minutes is a long time in football, and it would be, as you say, frustration that Leeds haven't put some of these chances to bed. The way they created them, though, suggests there'll be more joy. Smart again, looking on the left boot. What a pass to Pizzarello. Takes her time. Is she forced too wide? She is. She just got it caught underneath the studs. And again, the two fullbacks on the same page. A good opportunity. Once that touch, though, wasn't perfect, the keeper had a chance, but we go back to that pass. I mean, talk about defence splitting. And we have to praise the keeper. Smothered early and kept them at bay.
Yeah, I mentioned before the game, I know they lost 2-0 last week, but, on their Twitter it says it would have been a hell of a lot more had it not been for Donald in goal, so, she's done well there.
Smart putting pressure on Donald. Far post, bodies were queuing up. Sadly, not enough of them in Leeds colours, as the visiting team will hook it away only as far as Walton, who in turn goes for a bit more distance. Jakeman, rather than put herself under pressure, just knocked it out of play for a throw.
It was good play from Olivia Smart, though. I did half expect her to have a shot with that left foot and almost replicate the first goal. But, unselfish play.
She thought about it.
Yeah, I think she probably did. But unselfish play and a great ball to Pizzarello. And like you say, it was just that first touch that let her down there.
Yeah, it is that experience, though. The fact that she thought about it and thought there is a better option and played it. That's what Leeds need from the skipper. That ball is not going to go out. Abby Carrington eventually realised. Smart gets the smallest of touches. Hassel is bundled to the floor illegally. Referee said it will be a free kick, and again, this support play off the striker dropping in, helping out. That's going to allow Dobson Smith and her to get forward here, Brady.
Yeah, it was good play by Astle there. The two of them together, obviously working really well on that side, and not really. As soon as the United player got the ball, straight away we wanted to win it back and show that aggression and the tempo to get that ball back. And we found ourselves in a decent position here, so hopefully we can take advantage of it.
Just taking their time. Options in the box. Dobson, Pizzarello, Hassel. Smith is near post. And he floats it in towards Hassel. It's going to be underneath the goalkeeper. Dobson can't foul and doesn't. They are going to get it clear. Pizzarello in a foot race is one you'd always favour, but Leeds have just got so many bodies back. They can at least deal with the counter-attack at first time around. They have now got a bit more work to do. Again, a bit more hopeless or thoughtless play there from FC United of Manchester Women. It was just a case of hooking it forward at any means necessary. Had they shown a bit more finesse, they could have got in behind. But they show with the first goal, they've got it in their locker.
Yeah, I think their manager will probably be saying that to them at half-time. You have found yourselves in positions where we've managed to get the ball back in decent areas, but then we've just, it's that final pass. They've let themselves down a little bit and probably could have got back into the game. But, I'm not complaining from our point of view, Tom.
I didn't think you would be, as goal scorer Kiuna Dill knocks it back for Leah Carlin. No free kick given there as number 11, Emily Walton, hit the deck. Dobson prods it back into Turner. Dobson again. Just like the defensive shield of that midfield three. Trying to help out. Pass goes astray. Jakeman has got a foot race to get back and help out because Turner's left exposed 1-on-1. Going for an early shot. A very ambitious one. Carrie Simpson is just trying to dissect what went wrong there, and it did look like Harriet Jakeman had gone to right wing back. Smart had tucked in, but then there was a big gap at right centre back. So
yeah,
again, we're seeing that new formation. There is going to be teething issues.
Yeah, there's going to be advantages and disadvantages to both, and I think, like I said, Simon needs to speak to the girls at half time to be disciplined, because when you're playing three at the back,
yeah, shot's going to come in. It's just fallen into midfield, and Carrie Simpson wasn't going to be able to stop that had it been dipping under the crossbar in time. Just seeing out with Bradley a couple of instances, you can go back to the original point, where they're just getting a little bit more joy. I think, well, you made the point yourself. They might not play through as that well. It'll be scrappy. It'll be, wrestling with Leeds' midfield, but they are managing to do that now.
Yeah, they're starting to get into the game a little bit more, and they're starting to use the ball a little bit more. Like I said, in the first 5 minutes, I think Carrie would have wanted to be a little bit quieter than what she has been. But I think they've really only had kind of a couple of real clear-cut chances, to be honest.
Yeah, they've got a throw in here with around 8 minutes left of this first half. Carlin took a risk, letting it bounce at the very last second, but it's not one that goes against her. Little flick on header. Brave challenge from Turner. And she's left a mark there on the number 8, Shanice Reeves. Not too much, though, that she's unable to continue. She's at least back on her feet. And again, we're seeing this switch up of Hindle taking the throw-ins. Pizzavello further down the line. So everyone for Leeds and Sam Owen's team are moving across accordingly.
Yeah, I think, Tom, I just want to see that back three communicating a little bit, because, like you say, when Jakeman's, kind of bombing forward a little bit, it's leaving huge gaps and it's allowing them to play through us. So they do need to play more narrow and almost just defend the box almost. That's your job as a back three. It's to defend your box first and foremost, not thinking about goals, because we've got enough players up there to do that for us. And like I said, as a defender, I am super critical, so I apologise in advance to the girls probably watching this back afterwards, but yeah, it's my job, unfortunately.
I was just thinking, though, going back to that, always looking to praise your Bridie as someone that's so experienced, played football for so long. You played with Kath Hamill, of course, who's moved on. You two were so in sync and entwined with each other. It is going to maybe take a good chunk of the season to get your new leader, in theory.
Yeah, it is. And I think, that was kind of the beauty of having Olivia Smart there, because she's a leader. Lucy does have those qualities as well, but again, she's quite new to the team. Hindle's just come in. It's only a second game. She came on as a sub at the weekend against Hull. But it's just getting those three just talking together and just understanding, how big the gaps are able to be before it starts causing us problems. But, I think the bench will have recognised that already. From 2-0 seemingly comfortable, we're now at 2-1 just before half-time. So the game's not safe at the moment.
Now you've also got the absence, you'll be able to hear her, of Rebecca Bass. She's sat in the technical area. That's another experienced defender at the back there, that, the back four of last year. You have a new group, and there's been some really good flashes of dominance and also signs where the players are just not on that same page. Let's hope there is no more of those, as Turner is able to sweep the ball away with a commanding clearance. Then everybody back, though, behind the ball for Leeds as Hindle nips in. That is a top tackle from her. Pizzavello is caught on the touchline, bit over the top from Janice Reeves. Just a desperation to get to the ball. She just missed it, went over the top, and Pizzavello will adjust the socks and get ready for Hindle's upcoming free kick. Around 5 minutes left, and arguably the most neutral spell of the game we have seen in the first 40, where both teams struggled to get a dominant spell. Assel to Russo could change that, though. Russo just lost the control of the ball, hasn't lost the chance to pass Smart into play. Smart goes again. Keeper Donald tips it onto the crossbar. This is still not over. Assel can't pick up the pieces. Olivia Smart, not for the first time tonight, getting the ball onto her left foot and testing the goalkeeper. Second time around, the crossbar comes to their aid. But again, I'm not sure I've seen Olivia Smart this far forward ever, but it's just so natural. She's showing composure. She's getting into those areas. She's here again on the attack. A flick inside to help the attack keep rolling. Smith couldn't dig it out, and now Leeds on the back foot. But another well-worked move. Leeds again are winning more of the second ball high up the pitch. That's helping their cause. Danby wants width. Isn't going to get any. She is the furthest player. And Sarah Danby isn't a player with the pace to get in behind. She is the technician and just couldn't get that extra body on the left hand side. But we go back to a replay here, Bridie, of the opportunity, and again the support play. It looks like we're playing 4-3-3.
Yeah, good link-up play between Jess Russo then. I think almost like returning the favour or the assist, should I say. Again, such a good left foot on her. And I think she'll be enjoying the football because, when I was at centre back and she was at left back, she was always bombing forward, getting herself in positions and having shots. And as we talked about before, playing centre back, she was almost wasted a little bit there, but did a really good job for us. But it is allowing her to get forward more and link up, and she's an intelligent player, so she's had 2 or 3 strikes on goal now this game. Hopefully she'll get another shot.
Danby fires in with a challenge. Good touch from Hindle. Second with a step over, which aided her ability to keep hold of it. That was rather classy in possession, as Jakeman gets hold, keeps control. And that's fine. No options downfield. Let's keep hold of it. Go inside to Turner. Cross to Jakeman. A little bit under pressure. That ball will roll. So from one bit of composure, second time around a bit rushed. I think we said it in the first 15 minutes. Their best chances maybe of scoring will come from Leeds errors. They are creeping in. I think half-time could be perfectly timed for us at the minute.
Yeah, I think so. We get the games back. Obviously, they are streamed and the girls watch it back. And obviously, I'm in the WhatsApp groups and things like that. And, the girls are encouraging each other to watch it. And, we had some really good possession on Sunday, played some really good football at times, got in some fantastic positions. But, the turnover, almost like an unforced error, what you would call it in tennis. But, we didn't need to give the ball away then. And I think that's just what we just need to tighten up at. And, the best teams in the league are those that don't give the ball away unnecessarily, especially in dangerous areas. So, it's not the best we've played this season so far. We know we can go another level. But, 2-1, we're still going in as winners at half-time. So, yeah, interested to see what the team talk will be like at half-time.
Kiona Dill to take the throw. Or she was about to look for, I think, more support. Maybe she still wants it. Carlin is behind her. Hindle was watching that all the way. Pizzarello, touch unfortunate, appeals for the throw. It's not going to go her way. I think she's still feeling the effects from a challenge a few minutes ago. Keeps reaching for that right leg. As we await the stoppage time. That's the Bannister Prestige Stadium in Garforth, Bannister Prentice Stadium. Again, a great turnout. Trying to make this home pitch an intimidating one for visitors. Get that home form rolling. Push for promotion, third in the table. And at the minute, in a good position to go in and win this game and extend this good run of form at home. It is half-time. Thanks to goals in the first half from Smart and Russo. Dill with a goal back at the 30th minute mark, and the last 15 minutes of the half not as commanding. That could all change though. Build on the positives, and we'll be back here on LUTV in around 15 minutes time. Welcome back to LUTV's coverage as Leeds United Women are 2-1 to the good as we wait for the second half to officially get underway here at the Bannister Prentice Stadium in Garforth. The two teams will bang at it right from the first whistle, mainly Leeds United Women though, and inside the 11th minute opening the scoring through Olivia Smart's exquisite finish into the top corner. She tried it again, having to be denied by a tip onto the crossbar by the goalkeeper Donald. In between that, Russo fired home from an Athel a cross and assist. They did get a goal back though, FC United of Manchester Women through Dill, and we hope that'll be their only joy. But the second half of the first half was certainly favouring the visiting team. They had a lot more possession in dangerous areas. They managed to win the arm wrestle, and coach Simon Wood is not able to hopefully, so should I say, let's hope he's able to just make those last little tweaks in that sort of area where he can't get them under pressure. It can ease things and of course get a few more goals. We'll bring you the team as we wait for this corner. It is Simpson, Hindle, Turner, Jakeman, Dobson, Smart, Smith, Danby, Astle, Pizzarello and Russo. 3-5-2 sort of formation tonight. And FC United of Manchester have got a corner here inside the first few minutes of the second half. Free header, opportunity to try and poke the ball home at the near post. It's a miss hit from Kiona Dill on the rebound. The visitors tonight go with Donald, Carlin, Carrington, Jean, Ford, Kershaw, Reeves, Donnelly, Walton, Ritchie and Dill. And we're going to get a replay here. It's myself, Tom Hill and Bridie Hannon who have brought you all the coverage tonight of this game. And Bridie, as a defender, will always give us her opinion of what she expects or what she thought things could be done better there. You were very positive in the first half, Bridie, about certain aspects of our game. In particular, you mentioned about winning the first ball from a set piece. Defensively though, if we switch that round for that corner, that wasn't what we wanted as a group. That was a free header and arguably a good chance to score. Yeah,
I think there were 2 or 3 players there just kind of queuing up to head the ball. I think it was Pizzarello on the line there that saved the day. But yeah, we need to be attacking that and marking the players. You know, some of these girls are quite tall for FC United, so they'll be relishing the opportunity for corner balls. So yeah, we just need to tighten up. And you know, like we said, first half, really good positions, had some really good play, but at times we looked a little bit vulnerable at the back. So you know, we don't want to get them to, you know, get the confidence back and start stringing passes together. You know, we really want to disrupt their play and show them who's the better team. You know, overall we are the better footballing team. That's why, you know, we are third in the league and pushing for promotion. And you know, they are down at the bottom, which is where they don't want to be. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, that is a moment to forget from Leah Carlin. She drops her head, of course, in embarrassment. It's a slippy surface out there tonight. She's gone for broke. One of those bloopers she would rather not have to go back and repeat, and she'll look to make an amends immediately. She has in fact put the pressure on to put Leeds on the back foot. Catherine Smith will race back into midfield to try and help out, but here is Carlin back in possession, trying to find a gap. Dobson was in the way and Turner had that run covered, and Leeds, what was potentially going to be a throw-in situation to defend, have actually managed to just plod on and keep things nice and compact. Carrie Simpson does just that. Waits for the defenders to come toward, and now we'll go across to pick out Turner. Throwing for Jakeman to take. Turner will just move back up the line as an option. Danby coming in. There is Russo as well.
We talked in the first half about the 3 centre-backs. If you look at the gap between Rachel Hindle and Lucy Turner there, it's absolutely massive. I was almost wondering if we'd gone 4 at the back, but I think we have kept the same formation.
Yeah, suggest you were panicking there then, Bridie, as we have 4 minutes. We made that point in the first half, didn't we, where it looked comfortable, but then if the pass is misplaced or there's an interception, it is where FC United of Manchester decided to try and exploit. When they got the ball back, they were able to do so on the counter for the goal. Up towards Russo. If the second half is anything like the first, Leeds will get chances to create and score goals as Danby is upended in midfield. That was a strong challenge. As per usual, she has a trick up her sleeve in possession just to relieve the pressure. She decided to drop the shoulder and pick a pass which was about to work before she had her legs taken out from underneath her. And she is tough and always expects a physical encounter, and she's able to continue with that in need for any physio treatment as Turner takes the free kick that Danby won. She's trying to put it into an area for one of the strikers to get onto it, but Dobson was too far back. Astle wasn't expecting it, and a set piece that doesn't.
Yeah, I think a little bit too central. That I think you always want to get an angle on those.
Let's break off, Brad, because they've got a mistake at the back here as Hindle has been beaten inside. A relaxed clearance from Jakeman, just waiting for the last second for it to bounce. She deals with it. Smart flicks it over the top. And FC United of Manchester Women were in behind there relatively easily.
Yeah, I think we were let off then. It's not very good for my stress levels this, Tom. I will be telling the girls afterwards.
I can tell. I'm sure the coaching staff have the same thoughts. It's been a bit more favourable as a 50-50 in the second half than it was the first. Leeds had already created 2 or 3 chances by the 5th minute mark off that first 45. Smith's pass, he's putting them under pressure. Jakeman, what a good touch that is. It was very necessary. Just plods it away. Smart looking to try and dig it out. Leeds have just not got going. Smith beaten to it. There's gaps forming in midfield and defence. And just as I was about to say, somebody for Leeds has to put their foot on the ball. Olivia Smart does that. Here's Dobson. Options out wide include Pizzarello. Dobson, though, is powerful and strong. She will find the gap to Russo. Now, Jess Russo into the penalty area, trying to twist and turn. Just goes without it. Second time around, it gets caught behind her. And that is where Jess Russo's at her best. When she turned inside, you expected a shot to come. She just couldn't get it away. And the defender, with a bit of aggression, the visitors, and it was what was necessary to just bundle off the ball. Dobson, not for the first time in this attack, though, is charging forward. Leeds have managed to fight fire with fire. There's a pull back there from Smith. The referee hasn't spotted it. And in fact, he has. Good officiating from tonight's official. I actually thought it was quite crafty from Catherine Smith. She just pulled the inside of the shot. There's a replay of the chance. Rachel Hindle was out there. She had the defender in her sight. She had it covered, but maybe just a misreading of the ball or the quality of the pass surprised her. But that would go down as an opportunity. And considering she scored the first goal, I think Dill will be frustrated, Brad, if she didn't get a shot away on target.
Yeah, definitely. I think Kerry Simpson was acting as a bit of a sweeper keeper then, but it seemed to hold up with that bounce and almost in no man's land. So again, another let off, but another opportunity for Jess Russo on a right there. But her left foot is the favoured left foot. She does score goals with her right. That's what's interesting. I think her first a goal in this game was actually with the right foot. So I just wanted to have a bit more confidence because anything can happen. If you get a shot on target.
It should be a Leeds throw. It took a touch at the last second, which the officials have given Leeds his way. Here now, in possession, is Harriet Jakeman, and Leeds' midfield will just make their way towards her. Kept in play by Assel. Smith racing back. Russo there to help out. Assel again putting her head in where it hurt. She's dropped deeper and deeper tonight to try and get some space for this team, and on that occasion wasn't able to do so successfully. But we are in that arm wrestle period here where the visitors are going to have a bit of wind behind their sails, Brady, and feel they can get a goal back. They've put enough pressure on to do so. But it's up to Leeds to ride that challenge and try and get that third. So we're at a crucial stage of this match, and it's already only less than 10 minutes into the second half. I'll get your thoughts on that in a second, because again they're coming forward. FC United of Manchester Women flicked in behind. It's out towards the goal scorer Dill. 4 red shirts in around the penalty area, but she took too long, and it has, according to the official, just trickled out of play, and we get a little lucky.
Yeah, she was kind of looking for support then, wasn't she? So taking her time, and I think just took her eye off the ball and the line, and I think Leeds were happy to see that one be blown up for a goal kick. But yeah, the game's got a little bit scrappy. second half of the game. I think they're having a little bit of joy. They're getting themselves on the ball and creating some good chances, to be honest.
There's a change in attack. I think it's Tamara Hamer. Well, it is Tamara Hamer, the number 17, that has entered the game for tonight's visitors. Did look like it was the number 10 that made way in Rebecca Donnelly. And that is the case, as here is Assel in behind for Leeds. Deflected cross. She's unfortunate to watch it bounce into the hands of the goalkeeper, Sophie Donald, who, as per usual, Brad, with your research and digging into the opposition team, trying to find all you can about them. I noticed that she was the best player last time out, and tonight hasn't been too far off the mark either, as Turner has got work to do defensively because Hindle had stepped up there, missed the challenge. Her and Jakeman have got things covered at the back. Jakeman panics with the clearance, and it is just where there's someone further forward, bit of experience. If Jakeman isn't maybe aware that she had the time, someone has just got to give her that shout. You mentioned it earlier about having the leaders. It's those little lapse in concentration that's actually feasting the visitors' opportunities to score. They haven't actually created that much themselves.
No. And it's just knowing what's around you and constantly checking your shoulder.
Yeah, Pizzarello unable to get to the ball. Deflection. It will work its way in towards Hamer. Her first touch tonight since coming off the bench a few seconds ago. She goes backwards into midfield for Paris Ford. Further wide to Ella Ritchie. Hindle watching her all the way. Hindle will have to dig in here and get back. She will do just that with a shoulder barge, and she wins a throw. And that is the sort of defensive work that maybe for the next few minutes we need to get a bit more momentum, get downfield and start creating those chances, because they actually have been few and far between inside the first 11 minutes of this second half. Yeah,
good strength showed by Rachel Hindle then. But yeah, just going back to the previous phase of play, if you like, I think, Harriet Jakeman had a little bit more time, so it may well be that, nobody told her, but equally, it's important to be checking your shoulders, as I say, and not giving the ball away cheaply.
Yeah, cross comes in, deflected, it will be a corner. Carrie Simpson immediately comes off her line to try and give those players in front of her some encouragement. The official will ask for the new ball on that far side of the pitch. Craig Salmons, who's had a good game out there tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Kept things ticking over. There's been a nice flow to the game. Leeds is young bench. A reminder is Kirkham, Langstaff, Waldron, Fox and DS. So we have pretty much one in the 6-yard box for the visitors. Everybody hanging outside of it. They have got a routine lined up by the looks of things. Plenty of bodies on the edge of the area. The cross will come in, but only for a moment, because the block comes in from Assa. Will then use that strength of hers. She is going to need help though. Down the channel to Russo. She gets it from her strike pan, and now Russo, there's options coming in across the pitch from left to right, but Leeds, because of the pressure, having to work away. Russo just tried one trick too many, but she will go in there and make a challenge. And I guess from your point as a defender, you just had to backtrack because she's lost the ball, and you're thinking, should have got rid of that. And then she slides in and says, sorry. Doesn't have to say anything, does she? She does it all with her actions.
No, and I say it every week, it's not just the goals, it's the work rate, If and when she does lose the ball, she works her hardest to win it back, and 9 times out of 10 does.
Yeah, Hindle. You can see the expression from her of how annoyed she is with that pass. Turner is trying to lead the defence there. She was just putting her arms out, trying to make sure where both her centre-backs were. And you can group this in terms of their experience of playing together in this system with the personnel. And all 3 defenders have a big role, but as the one in the middle, Turner has the option to try and dictate them. She's in the middle there as Jakeman wins it back. It's back down the line. Assel's pressure just forces a mistake. And it's been quite scrappy, really, overall, when you think about the 15 minutes we've sat here. In the first half, we had 4 or 5 chances where you thought this is going to be, if it keeps up like this, a pleasant night at the office for everybody involved. But the visitors have made it the game they wanted. And I think you've got to credit them as well. I think, while I'm sure Simon Wood would ideally like a bit more quality in possession, and he might get it,
Yeah, I think
they haven't played like a team at the bottom of the league, have they? They've not. They're showing no sign of feeling sorry for themselves. Is the main crux of the argument. As we'll just break off because Smart's gotten a chance to bring in a teammate in Pizzarello. Pizzarello going for goal. Keeper mistake. Donald took her eye off it, and just as we were saying how the pressure is making this a scrappy affair, a touch of class from Charlie-Anne Pizzarello fires the ball home, and look who was there again, involved to create and show that leadership and experience. And just as she's done all night, she puts a pass in between two blocks of defenders, and if the keeper makes an error, you've got to take full advantage. And we are at 3-1 Bridie, and that is the moment of quality we wanted.
Yeah,
and a fist pump from you as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say we need that third goal just to give us that little bit of breathing space so we can start to relax a little bit, because the game was becoming quite open and almost going from end to end. But again, Olivia Smart involved, like you say, she's made those passes all night, and we've not always managed to finish them with quality, and Pizzarello should be really pleased with that. I think that's her first goal of the season as well, so I'm sure she'll be delighted to get on the score sheet.
Hindle just going to watch at first, then she's racing back. I think she expected it to be a bit slower than that, realised and made the contact she needed. Pizzarello will get back, and we've seen the support play. Left herself a bit short there though. Now a gap at the far post. It is with Hamer. Jakeman comes across, sticks a leg out at the last second. So does Smart, and there Smart is on hand, and there is the slightest of touches from the full-back to get away from trouble. And Dobson charging forward. It's just been a little bit overhit, but Smart is able to get to it, get on the front foot, and at least only force a throw. But again, another moment where tonight visitors maybe felt they were going to get in behind, and it came from a poor back pass. All the defence were across to help. Once that back pass was played, the gap opened.
Absolutely. Again, Olivia Smart did really well there just to keep that pressure on. And yes, they had a throw in. I think the pass wasn't quite in Olivia Smart's, in front of her by Ellie Dobson, but she worked really hard to get the ball further down the field and just make those extra yards up.
Yeah, foul throw has been punished. Olivia Smart applauded the decision from the referee Craig Salmons as the game gets back underway. Assel to Dobson. Dobson tackled. Here is Smart. Smart is charged as well. It was expertly timed by the midfielder. I think it was the number 8, Shanice Reeves. Doesn't matter though, because Leeds have got it back and they're on the attack. A blatant pullback, and that will be a free kick.
And a yellow card, hopefully.
It should be. It certainly should be. Isabella Kershaw is making her way across the 6-yard box, trying to pretend that she's suddenly lost the ability to hear tonight's official. You can understand why she sort of panicked there, Bridie, can't you? Because she'd been beaten, she wasn't goal side, and the cross was about to come in. So there is the yellow card.
Well, you say that, Tom, but the other defender kind of came across really well to cover, so I'm not actually sure Ellie Dobson would have got the cross in. But still, I'm not complaining with the yellow card. I think we had a sending off on Sunday for Hull City, so I won't mind another sending off today, but we'll see.
Yeah, Danby's ball in, headed away, edge of the 6-yard box. Referee alert as Hindle flies in. Maybe I think she expected the fact there was 3 on the overlap. If that clearance would have come over, there was a gap down the edge.
Safety first, I think she was thinking.
Smith, good feet, gets away. Was trying to play in Danby. This hits the pass. Same can be said for Leeds United Manchester midfielder Russo. Majestic footwork on the front foot. Second touch a little heavy. She will ride the challenge, unable to get to it. And she is slightly frustrated there. Ball into her feet from Smart. And I've seen Jess Russo give opposition players 10-15 yards at times because she's quick enough. She's a little bit too quick for her own good there. She'd set off without the ball.
Yeah, I think she thought she should have got a free kick as well.
Handle to Smart. Around the side door to Russo. Option to return the favour is there. Russo instead will just hold it up and go wide to Danby. She would naturally favour the left foot. As she does, she cuts in looking back for Russo. Hit clearance. And again, the number 7 comes across, Kershaw, to put the ball behind for a corner.
We'll take that.
Yeah, third goal seemingly has just settled a little bit of nerves, naturally as it does. and maybe just made the belief of this visiting team, and this is where they might start to like the bottom of the league, where they're just thinking, not again, another day where we've not been able to drag a result out, as they've got to get across the near post here. Turner was coming for the ball. Hindle putting it into a dangerous area. Two Leeds players going for it have got in each other's way. Dobson having to try and wrap the right boot around the head of Catherine Smith. That could have been a bit dangerous, as it was all the way back to the keeper. And again, though, they've noticed the gap down the flank as they're racing across. Hindle keeps things nice and simple. She goes back to Simpson. Carrie Simpson can try and play for distance. Turner steps in. Safety approach method there as well. But again, another area where they clearly feel that quick taken, it kicks out from the back, goalkeeper getting rid of it quickly. There's no sign of any quit in this team just yet.
Well, that's it. They're putting the Leeds defence under a bit of pressure, and like what you said, they're not playing like a team who's bottom of the league. You know, you could almost expect them to put, 11 players behind the ball and just catch us on the break, but they're not. You know, credit to them, they are trying to play football, and they're not giving up.
Yeah, Katie Hassel is frustrated there. You could probably see that as the official at near side makes the decision. Rebecca Bass alongside as well. And handball was the call. I think it was pretty clear she was onside. Your thoughts, Bridie?
It felt a bit harsh, that, yeah.
It stings a little bit as well because she dropped short, played a pass, and there was two white shirts steaming forward to try and get an attack going. So that's where the ones they always hurt a little bit more.
It's nothing worse than using all your energy up and then one of your teammates been offside.
Jakeman heads away the free kick. Smart seemed to wait for the challenge. It did come, which was thumped to the ground. And referee again is just didn't see him give the advantage signal, but he had it all planned. He knew what he was doing. I don't think the visiting team can be too frustrated there, Bridie, because it was a clear foul.
Yeah, it was a late challenge, but obviously when you get down beyond the ball, you think something could happen, but unfortunately the pass didn't go our way and the referee rightly pulled it back.
The referee again, though, will pull the play back. It was the goal scorer, Kiwana Dill, getting past Rachel Hindle. Hindle went for the ball, tripped her up. Not a lot in it, but perhaps enough to just knock her off balance. So a chance for the visitors to put Leeds under pressure.
Yeah, it's a dangerous area to give free kicks away, but unfortunately when you are playing against pacey wingers, that can happen if you just miss time your tackles. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, Tom.
I don't believe it. I never saw it. As a free kick is preparing to come in. Could well be a left footer, so Carrie Simpson will have to be aware of the shot as well. If that does come, players are looking to pounce on the spill by the looks of things. In fact, it will be a right-footed effort. Kershaw, it gets across Turner. Slight touches from her down her right calf, gets it away from trouble. Although I don't think many in that defensive box knew where that ball was and how to deal with it. Jakeman unorthodoxly clears it the opposite way and gives Turner no chance to catch on and get back. So Leeds, again, just can't keep them at bay. It's almost annoying her more than anything else. And I said that with respect as well, because they really have made life tough for Leeds by sheer will and effort.
Yeah, we just seem to be struggling to clear our lines a little bit. I'm glad Carrie's just done that, and I think we probably need to play into Carrie's feet a bit more, because she's great at distributing the ball with her feet.
Yeah, Pizzarello will be frustrated, kick that ball out of play, and the way she attacks, what she's got in her locker to get forward. I think she was eyeing up a bit of a mazy run down the left and adding to her goal tally for the night.
Absolutely.
Just got a bit too excited and kicked it with the outside of the boot. They've got a throw in here to put Leeds under pressure. Turner covers and just goes back to Simpson, who will have time to at least take a touch and then make a good pass, albeit maybe fortunate that she slipped. Smith loses it in midfield. Pizzarello can't get to it. Across comes Hindle. Again, the game's been played at a tempo which I think is suiting the visitors. If it was being played at Leeds' pace, it would be a bit more methodical. They've got a 2-goal cushion. They don't have to rush anything. And behind here with Dill crossing to the far post. Smart comes across and defends it, possibly in the best way possible. As a fullback coming back to actually head it, keep it in. There isn't many better ways she could have gone with that.
Yeah, it was great defending that, but it's not really where we want Olivia Smart to be. You know, we've seen in this game how brilliant she is attacking and in the final third, so don't really want to see her in that, defensive third, really.
Yeah, good work from Kate Hassel again. Up front, just putting pressure on. Again, reminded of the two subs. Sorry, of the subs. It's Sky Kirkham, Abel Langstaff, Ruba Waldron, Olivia Fox and Yuna Diaz tonight for Leeds. A young bench with ambitions of getting some experience tonight.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for them, to see us at our home ground, with the fans. And I think seeing the likes of Katie Astle, who's recently made, started getting into the first team and playing, and she scored on her debut and things like that. And, that'll really encourage and motivate the girls to keep working hard. And hopefully we'll see, some of them on the pitch tonight. Yeah,
chance then. Here is Danby running towards goal. Goes for an early effort. Donald has that covered. Danby perhaps encouraged by the effort from Pizzarello earlier that she could maybe squeeze it home. Donald, though, more than a match to it.
We're all trying to get on the score sheet tonight, Tom.
If you were playing Brady, would you be?
As a centre-back, no.
Not even a little bit of ambition from the edge of a free kick.
Do you know what?
Pizzarello back. Go on.
When you do a goal-saving tackle, that's as good as it feels as good as scoring a goal. To be fair,
the most typical defender comment ever. True words from a centre back.
It's boring. That really.
Well, it's true. I know it means that much to you as the ball is played forward to Russo, who again just keeps things ticking over for Leeds. There is Smith. Rolls it inside to Dobson. Over hit though. Danby will have to cover. Hindle commits out of defence. She needed to because the play was developing in midfield for FC United of Manchester, and they're going to go early for a cross. It's blocked by Pizzarello, who is even quick enough to get across, and that's what she has added this year, some real pace to the full-back areas. Dobson put into a bit of hot water there, dealt with it. Smith was looking for Smart and had to just check her run. Olivia Smart tonight at times has toyed with the midfield of visitors. On that occasion the pass is going to be over hit, but she just looks like someone that's operated.
She's been all over tonight.
Yeah, everything's just been really classy, well thought through, and it all came about from that goal. Everything from that point onwards is just led by example.
Yeah, absolutely. I sometimes wish I had a couple more Olivia Smarts on the team, because she is such a good player and she can do everything. She can defend, she can attack, she can take free kicks, she can head. She's strong. Doesn't smile, as we've already said, but we'll let her off because she can do everything else. But I think in this half, we talked about in the first half combinations and 1 and 2 touch and working together, but it doesn't seem to have quite gelled together this second
chance
half.
here again. Bradley for Smart goes early with the shot. Donald keeps her body behind it. I think she had every right to go for goal. There was a mistake in the midfield. It was a 3-on-1 pass played into her, maybe a little bit behind, but again it still allowed her to have a good free effort on goal. If we're going to nitpick, maybe she was a bit further wide than she wanted, but shot on target all the same. That is another classy bit of skill. Drop the shoulder, pick the pass, intercepted. It's a strong challenge, that really over the top. The referee, I think, is going to pull this back. That was very, very high. Olivia Smart is in some discomfort. Forward to Assel, that'll be handball. Now that is a very strong challenge. I'm surprised the referee has not stopped the game already. But that looked high, it looked dangerous. Am I right in thinking that is a red card? That's a red card offence. That is, I like the physical side of the game. What are your thoughts there, Bridie? That looked a bit over the top to me.
She seemed to have her studs up, didn't she? But I don't know if it was high enough to warrant the red card. But she should be getting a card, whether that be a yellow or a red. Definitely shouldn't go unpunished. But Olivia Smart will definitely feel that, as you can see.
Yeah, as you say, just the original view, because she was coming from a downward position, suggests to me that she was a bit too high, and it was one of those where Olivia Smart had to go for it.
Look nasty.
I wouldn't be that surprised if the red was shown. Would you be shocked?
No, I wouldn't, to be honest, because
Not that I'm asking, we don't want to sit here and demand red cards of opposition players, but
you don't tend to see many red cards in this league, if I'm being completely honest, which is why I think, if anything, he'll probably give a yellow, but we've not seen anything come through just yet. I think it was the number 3, was it? Abby Carrington?
Yeah, frustration for Leeds as we could get our first real break in the game and a chance to review that perfect finish from Olivia Smart. So while she's currently being bandaged up and helped off the floor, that's one of her highlight reel moments of many tonight, and this is the other one. Talk about clinical finish down the line from Pizzarello. Katie Assel's ball in was perfectly timed. Not many better touches than that though. 1, 2 and in.
Yeah,
and
not much the keeper could do about that one.
It's just the swagger about it that was the best thing. It was almost like she went, yeah, that's fine. And again, quite a muted celebration. Sadly though, there was a goal back through the goal scorer Kiona Dill for FC United of Manchester. And here is another, as I said, highlight reel addition for Olivia Smart. Across to Pizzarello. Keeper should have done better, of course. Sophie Donald has, before that tonight, been a real pain for Leeds. So the referee is just now trying to go through the players and work out the situation. And there is Carrington, and she is going to be shown the yellow card. No sign of her really showing much sympathy. Olivia Smart has a smile on her face. Olivia Smart has a smile on her face after being crunched in a challenge. This doesn't make any sense. She doesn't smile after goals, smiles after this, and I think she's laughing at the fact that it is the yellow rather than the red.
I think so.
The main thing is for her, she's back on her feet and she's good to continue. So yellow card is the punishment. That is what you correctly predicted, Brady. As the game is back underway, Russo trying to get in behind, and a challenge from Carrington. There is the attention from Olivia Smart. A little nudge in the back of the head just to make sure Carrington's gone after her. Well, that'll be, surely's got to be a second yellow card. She's gone straight through the back. The referee will go across to consult the linesman. She's allowed Olivia Smart to get in her head. She's got to go, Brady, surely.
Has to go. There's no two ways about it. She retaliated then. I think obviously Olivia Smart did, like you say, give her a little nudge to the head, and number 3, Carrington, she looks like she's lost her head a little bit there.
Olivia Smart hasn't reacted. I think more than the fact that she hopes the officials do the job for her. Now the referee is going across. Has he actually pointed to the spot to say it's happened inside? There's a bit of confusion here. The card is coming back out. Yeah, the yellow and the red. And officiating wise, it's been dealt with very well, because he consulted one of the assistants. Carrington, I'm sure, will be disappointed in herself. So it all started with the fact that she flew in, tremendous challenge. Olivia Smart, it is a little petulant, but of course she will feel that she didn't deserve that crunching challenge. And you can see it here, Carrington's gone looking for it. It is all a little bit needless on both sides of the argument, as we have a very quick-fire penalty. Smith slots it home. And talk about drama. Catherine Smith puffs out the cheeks. She will say she meant it. Leeds 4, 1 up at home. They have a player advantage, and it's all happened in a bit of a flash. Before we knew it, she was off, and that should be game, set and match.
I can't believe what I've just witnessed.
Summarise it, Praddy.
I'm struggling. I think it's clever by Olivia Smart. I think she uses her experience to get into the player's head. I think Carrington, to be honest, has let a team down there by reacting, because it's just made, it's given the referee a decision to make. And unlike Sunday, the referee didn't consult his linesman when we should have got a penalty, and this time he did, so credit to the referee.
Yeah, a change that will be made by Simon Wood. Olivia Fox is on. So a 78th minute goal officially on the clock. Catherine Smith's penalty, by the way, could not have been any more in the corner, just to keep a guess the right way. So that was what made it a bit of a heart-in-mouth moment for her. As Hindle races down. It's been very clear from maybe the 15th minute mark that Kiana Dill is the one to watch for FC United of Manchester tonight, and she has been a real thorn in the side. But yeah, it's a chance for Fox Brady to come on, a youngster getting some minutes. I mean, at 4-1, it allows you to look after them all. senior players and give some of these other players a chance to catch the eye as tonight
It
visitors
does.
prepare 2 changes.
Yeah, I said at half time, Simon will want to make the game, much more comfortable before he gives some experience to these young girls. But, what an opportunity, 10 minutes to, show what you're about. She's been training well, been training with the first team as well, which, can only help in terms of the tempo and the pace that the first team play at. So, yeah, I'm excited to see her in action. But good penalty by Kath Smith. She scored one again on Sunday, so that's 2 in 2 for her. So I'm sure she'll be pleased to add to her tally as well this season. I don't think we've had that before though. 2 red cards kind of on the bounce. One for Hull and now one for FC United. It must be something that we do to these teams, but I imagine she will miss the next 3 games now. Right?
Yeah, as we said, she'll be frustrated with herself as the change, by the way, for type visitors. Wilding's come on to break off because the missed touch at the back, and thankfully for Leeds there was one for an attacking perspective as well, because the earlier sub Tamara Hamer couldn't control. So Wilding's come on, so has Madison Bowater. So Mia Wilding, Madison Bowater on, and something like Kiana Dill had made way on the far side. So that is one of their attacking threats now off. Doesn't mean that they will go down without a fight. There's a bit of a switch, of course, for Leeds with Fox playing in midfield. So if Jakeman had been there, Fox is now charging forward defensively. Is there anybody in particular, Bradley, that you would expect to drop into the right centre-back of the 3 now?
Now Jakeman's come off, hasn't she? I would probably expect Lucy to.
Olivia Smart maybe to stay in position on the right-hand side. So it's been a switch around, certainly tactically, as Pisvello just checks on Catherine Smith, who, as per usual, finds herself on the floor because she's been kicked up in the air. That's part of her game as a box-to-box midfielder. And the play does go back. So Turner, Olivia Smart has gone to right centre-back. Turner keeps her original spot. There's been a switch around for Leeds in that midfield. Danby wide to Pizzabello. The extra player advantage is working. Smith's lurking on the edge of the box. Pizzabello goes far post. Can't pick out Fox, who is just creeping in, ready to try and tap home. Olivia Fox covers ground quite quick there. She was just steadily away at the same pace, getting there. Unfortunately for Leeds, a tad overhit. And with 8 minutes left, it is still 4-1.
Yeah, I think, like you say, Olivia Smart's got into the right back position now, but she's had a busy 80 odd minutes, and especially the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, she's certainly on her rest this evening as Fox goes back to Smart.
I think she's played in nearly every position this season, Olivia Smart. Left centre-back, right centre-back, centre-half. I think the only position she's not played in yet is goal.
Yeah, I think compliments week in, week out that she just slots in everywhere she plays. She can play further forward. I think, if you said to her, if there was an emergency to play up front, you'd have someone that would throw her head into everything, is durable with both feet and will happily hit and go for everything. And yet, she's still one of the best players in attack as a full-back. There's a mistake in the communication at the back from the visitors as a tired effort from Russo trying to hook her leg towards the ball. And that has just gone past the near post.
I think what's exciting as well is, the girls have put in a good shift tonight, but the players that we've still got to come back. So, Macy Ellis came off injured against York a few weeks ago. I'm hearing that she's, almost back training with the girls. So hopefully we'll start to see her, and she's got electric pace. And then obviously we've got Izzy Elliott, centre half, and Laura. So and Abby Brown's missing this evening as well. So
Daniel Witham has been start of the season in that midfield. If you just said at the start of this year, so to put you in quickly, if you just said all those names you just said, and then you take them out, you might have been stressing. There's no need for that tonight. As we'll just break off because Pizzarello gets it, sets up a chance for Russell. It's an easier save. As part of the group, part of the coaching staff, that's got to be a nice sign, surely.
Like you say, there's 5 players there that I've just named who would ordinarily be in the starting 11, and this is why you look at the bench and there's a few under 23s in there, but we've seen Katie Astle come in. Fox has not gotten the ball that much so far. She's she'll only have 10 minutes, but I'm sure we'll see some glimpses of what she's about.
Yeah, here is Smith, turns, looks to play the ball, and here is Fox. cuts it back. Russo goes for goal early, gets a deflection, and Leeds creating something again. Just very simple, Brady. Smith, the turn, the ball over the top. I mean, Fox has got the space. Carrington was the left back, so then automatically there is an area to exploit. But nobody trying to go for like the Hollywood finish, take all the plaudits themselves. Just try to, I mean, racking up the goals can only do confidence for the group. As we wait for the corner, as Danby checks that if her photos look good this evening.
She was saying, make sure you get this one.
Try to explain what's about to happen now, as we're looking for another sub. And it is going to be Abby Langstaff. I think it's Dobson coming off, Brady.
Yes, looks like it. So Abby should be slotting into that centre midfield position. She has played first team football before, very technical.
So a chance then, as you say, last couple of minutes, just anything. Can you make a pass? Can you make a challenge that makes the coaching staff make notes as they review the game for next week? Hindle making a late run, ignored by Danby. Nearly fell for Smith in the area, but cleared away. Now, Olivia Smart getting back. Pizzarello just on hand to pick out the pass, and Smart. So Danby, again, the space is there for Leeds. They can go and get a few more goals tonight as Assel nearly falls to Russo. Keeper comes off her line. And while she spilled a couple of efforts tonight, Donald, largely it has been pretty safe from her, as it was there. Pizzarello, though, is in once again, this time on the substitute, Maya Wilding. She needs a helping hand. Wilding will just hack away and get a throw. And now we're starting to see that extra advantage, more space. Smith in behind. It's a terrific pass. Cut across from Fox, just over hit. Had to be low and hard. She just couldn't produce that. But the ball from Smith, main thing for Fox is just getting in those areas, ticking over.
Yeah, the more touches she can get, the better, Tom. She'll have been told kind of, come on and make an impact, but also, we don't want to be losing the ball. It's game management at this stage in the game. I don't think we're at risk of losing this game now, but we certainly don't want to concede another goal because it just adds a little bit of a sour taste. And sometimes conceding a late goal can feel like a loss, even when you've won.
Smart kicks the ball away. Referee had already brought it back for a free kick. Game management, Ben Parker's favourite phrase in the world. When we're doing the 21s coverage, always asking for a certain approach just to see games out. Thanks to the player advantage, Leeds haven't had to have that. Of course, they've had the red card in their favour, but it gives them another win. It helps them move to put pressure on those at the top. Leeds were sitting third tonight before kick-off. It's Barnsley and Hull, and Leeds now all sat on the same amount of points, although Leeds have played more matches, and can only breathe confidence as Smart races across. Challenge from Olivia Fox. It will concede a throw, but I've spoken to some of your teammates in the past. I think we spoke about the start of the year. This is the stage now where the cup games start to come into effect. So when you have to play a midweek fixture in the league, it's important. You can try and get that continuity. Tonight has been exactly what Simon Wood would want. It hasn't been perfect. It's given him something to work with to spot the errors. There might be one here as they've managed to get in behind, but Turner clears. But from a coaching perspective, there's so much good, Bridie, to work with.
Absolutely.
Heading into the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, there's a hell of a lot more good than there is bad, but when there is bad, that means there's opportunities to do better, and if you can still win by not playing your best, then it's a pleasing sign. But yeah, I just think defensively in that first half and a little bit early in the second half, we did look a little bit vulnerable. I think obviously having that extra player seems to have helped in the last 10 minutes. I think Leeds have managed to find their feet a little bit. I don't think FC United have managed to really get out of their own half.
Yeah, it's a good display of passing here from the hosts. Assel gets away. Early ball in. Chance for Russo to get her foot around it. She just couldn't extend the leg long enough to hook it into the bottom corner. But Katie Assel bounces off the defender. And it's the delivery again. On the left foot. It's a striker's dream, is that ball in. And sadly, just a touch too far in front as more subs. And Yona Diaz and I think it's Ruby Waldron who's the last sub. So there is Russo's other night. She plods off only one goal to add to the tally. And she just continues to shine for this group.
Yeah, I thought Katie Astle did really well then, because she could have gone down. I think she got a couple of nicks to the ankle there, but she, credit to her, she stayed on her feet and delivered a ball into the box, which could have resulted in a goal. It was really good play between the two of them. They seemed to be getting an understanding of each other, which they've only played a couple of games together, but you can see that understanding there. And it's Katie Astle's more the provider, I think, to our star striker. But as long as the ball goes in the back of the net, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Pizzarello has now been replaced, and another solid display from her. Smith gets the touch. Here is Astle, rolls it inside. Langstaff steady away back to Hindle. Leeds probably had the chance to attack there, but went to keep hold of it instead. Fox will now get back on the ball. Danby just takes one or two players out with that touch. Second one wasn't as expertly placed. There is Hindle getting back and helping out, and again just the space for Leeds opening up, and a nod of appreciation from Bridie Hannon, the current defender, because you can't, whether you were still playing injured, you can't get that defensive mindset out of your head. It's ingrained into you. That was a moment you really enjoyed.
Yeah, because I thought she was going to get beaten for pace there, Hindle. But she just slid just to go back to Carrie Simpson, and Carrie was just really calm and collected and played the ball out. We didn't need to hoof it forward or give the ball away, and I talked a bit about unnecessarily giving the ball away at times on Sunday and this evening. But do
you think that's improved as the second half progressed?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think that back three as well has looked a bit more protected or a bit more in sync. Of course, it has helped with the extra goals, and in turn, simultaneously, that's put the visitors on the back foot. Here is Danby trying to help out Astle to get a third. A tremendous first touch has given her at least an opportunity to go into the area. Across the face, Donald had committed early. Diaz and a few others were trying to get in there. Waldron was further back. Diaz charging into the area, but that first touch from Astle at least give her a platform, Bridie, to look up and try and pick a pass. Sadly, not to a fellow white shirt.
Yeah, it was a really good first touch. It just managed to give her that extra yard ahead of the defender. I wasn't sure if that was a cross or a shot, to be honest, but I think she deserves a goal for her work rate tonight, and she seems like she's a bit of an assist queen this evening.
Yeah, Diaz showed a bit of pace there that totally unsettled the visitors. They were not expecting her to be charging forward like that, trying to attack. Fox to take the latest thirds as we go into stoppage time. Back into Danby. Danby was looking for a ball into the box. Once she eventually plays, Smith brings it down, takes a touch, then was trying to feed Astle by the looks of things. Langstaff tried to turn in midfield. There is Hindle. Smith is taken down. The referee will give the free kick. Couldn't miss that in that spot, as Catherine Smith will get picked up. I was about to say get picked up. That would have been the nice thing to do. But there's that battle between her and Shanice Reeves. Yeah, it's an apology for taking you out, but I'm not picking you up.
Yeah, she's a physical player. She's definitely left a mark on me over the years. She's played for various teams across the Manchester region. Good player though, but as I say, very, very technical, and where she can, she'll give you a cheeky stamp on the foot.
Smart is just trying to explain a set-piece plan. Leeds still going for a fifth on what has been a solid night at home. Effort towards goal. Hoping for a touch on its way through first. Ruby Waldron with a set-piece plan as there goes the full-time whistle. So a return to winning ways after a defeat to Hull City and a 4-3 scoreline. Leeds back on home soil and back with a bang. 4-1 is a fine way to play a midweek fixture. Smart's opening goal with a curler into the far corner. Russo, Pizzarello and Smith. There was a player advantage when Carrington saw red, but there was a real opportunity to influence some of perhaps the future generation, the youngsters that want to play in the years to come. And Bridie Hanlon sat alongside me. Overall, a good night. Do we have a player of the match that takes your pick, your number one?
I think for me it can only be one player, and that's Olivia Smart. I think she deserved it with her goal, her assist, her through ball. She was constantly causing them problems, and obviously she played a huge part in one of the major incidents in the game of the red card. She's got a smile on her face now, as you can see, but just her work rate and her leadership, you could tell, every time she was on the ball something good happened. So I think it could only be her, but some good performances out there and a good result in terms of goals. Shame we conceded, but we'll take the 3 points at this stage.
A true defender's words yet again, Bridie.
I always seem to pick a defender, don't I? I must stop doing that.
A 4-1 scoreline. Leeds United Women successful at the Bannister Apprentice Stadium. Join us again next time here on LUTV.